Thank you everyone for coming out this afternoon. We usually don't have a second signing day this quick. This is a new event for the NCAA this year, this early winter signing. But it gives us an opportunity to recognize these four gentlemen who are going to go on to play football at the next level. The way this afternoon is going to work, like we usually do it, I'm going to introduce Coach Sabella. He's going to come up. He'll talk a little bit about the student athlete. There'll be a quick highlight video. That athlete will come over, sit at the table at that point. Parents come up for a few pictures of the signing, and then we'll move on to the next student athlete. We'll leave the table, we'll leave the backdrop, we'll leave everything set up. You can come up with family, friends, whoever you want to do after. We'd like to keep the ceremony part moving quickly. So when they move over to the seat, again, parents, just come up the stairs right over here. Mr. Fortino will help you get up. We'll do the pictures, and then we'll move on. All right, so without any further ado, Coach Sabella.
Thank you very much. I want to welcome everybody to the first ever NCAA early signing day. For the people who've kind of been around a little bit, know this is the first year ever that we're having a signing day in December. It's kind of like an experimental thing that the NCAA is going to try, and really these seniors this year are kind of like the guinea pigs to really see if this was turned out to be a positive or a negative. It's kind of an imperfect formula, an imperfect process, but they're trying some new things, and we're hoping that it allows the seniors who kind of knew where their opportunities were and where they wanted to go to kind of put some closure on it and get themselves set up and looking forward to finishing out their senior year, and then allow the rest of the players who are still out there to be able to figure out what options they have. We will be back here in 6 weeks. We had 22 seniors this year, so we'll be back on February 7th, and we'll have a bunch more guys up here who will have made their decisions by then, so we look forward to that as well. But it's a proud day. It's a proud day for our program. It's an extremely proud day for these four gentlemen up here and their families, and of course it's a proud day for Paramus Catholic and the whole community. To get an athletic scholarship of any type really determines an unbelievable amount of hard work, commitment, and of course representation. Representation by the way you really conduct yourself on and off these fields. And these four guys have done a tremendous job of that. So let's give them a round of applause, sir. As always, there's a lot of people to thank. The Paramus Catholic administration who supports our program. All the teachers, a bunch who are here today. Our guidance department, which does a tremendous job, and all the paperwork that goes into this. I know she's going to get mad at me, but I see Ms. Kuznick's in the back somewhere. Let's give her a round of applause. All the PC coaches, okay, a bunch who are here today. We've done a lot for these guys. Of course, the parents. And we got a lot of alumni here today, a lot of PC football alumni, which is great. Good to see these guys as well. So, like Mr. Lang has said, we're going to go through each player here. Our first young man, who we're going to talk about today, really didn't even start playing football until high school. Came to Paramus Catholic to be a basketball player. And he figured out pretty quickly that there were other avenues for him. And a bunch of coaches showed him where the weight room was. He really transformed his body, worked himself very hard. I think he'd be the first one to tell you he was probably a below average player early in his career, and built himself into a varsity football player. Maintained basically a straight A average throughout high school, which opened up a ton of options for him. He's involved in all kinds of service activities. Anytime there's a function going on at Paramus Catholic, you'll see him there. Well respected throughout the building. Was a great leader for us, and I think when you sum Jan up, he really bleeds black and gold. He loves his school, he loves his program, and we're excited to announce that he's signed with Lehigh University. That's Jan. kind of just showed up at Paramus Catholic last winter. We had, you know, once we saw some tape on him and we saw what an excellent player he was, you know, very few high school guys have the type of combination of size and speed that this next young man has. I mean, it was evident from the first time he got out on the field that he could run. He was an explosive kid and was really, you know, an excellent football player. He blended in great with his teammates, kind of just puts his head down, stays focused, does what he has to do. Everybody around the building has nothing but great things to say about him. And was very loyal throughout the whole recruiting process. Rutgers offered him very early on, and a lot of schools were coming in. Some big schools really last spring who came in and either offered him or were very interested in offering him. And he was set on Rutgers. He felt very comfortable down there. He you know, likes the coaching staff a lot, and he's looking forward to playing in the Big Ten. And he's got a huge upside. It's going to be fun to watch him play against that kind of competition. And he had a great season for us this year at Paramus Catholic. Congratulations, Jared Paul, going to Rutgers University. Obviously, we're going to miss all these guys. These guys are going to be tough to replace. But these last two players, if you follow this program or you know been in this school for the last couple of years, the impact and the contributions they've made to Paramus Catholic are really tough to put into words. And when you talk about Henry, you know, and talk to coaches who used to coach here. Simply put, this is one of the best football players ever to come out of this program. Watching him on a day in and day out basis, no one would argue with that. And we've had some great players come out of here, and he's in the same sentence with those guys. He showed his real versatility this year by playing both offense and defense, playing linebacker, earning first team All-County as a linebacker after earning first team All-County as a tight end the year before. He really has one of the best sets of hands I think, you know, that you'll ever be around. Anything in his direction that you throw, he catches. And he's an unbelievable teammate. Always trying to get better, is willing to work at his craft, and makes everyone around him better, which I think is one of the best compliments you can give a player. If we played St. Peter's down in Cave and Point in the regular season, and it was a close game in the fourth quarter, and I didn't know until after the game when I looked at Henry and saw his nose was kind of on the side of his face. And when I asked him what happened, his helmet had come off on a goal line play, and he was right in the middle of the play. And came off in the middle of the play. He kept playing, got in on the tackle, put his helmet off, and really proceeded to finish the game without telling anybody. And he was in the hospital after the game until probably 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We didn't know what was wrong with him, but he ended up having a broken nose, and you know, he was back at practice that Monday. So if that doesn't tell you what type of toughness and what type of passion he has for the game, I don't know what does. But he's another guy who was really sought after by a lot of schools and fell in love with the place. You know, when it's the right fit and you know it, why drag it out and make it into something more than it is? And he feels like he found a home at Appalachian State, and their head coach was here last week, and they are beyond thrilled to have him. So Let's give it up for Henry Pearson. All right, and our fourth and final early commitment here. Definitely a fan favorite. Your team can take on a personality of its leaders, and you can't talk about Bartek without talking about just his toughness and his attitude and just what he brings to a football team. He started here for 3 years. He amassed over 250 career tackles. Played with a badly injured knee this year. Played really through injuries his whole career, but gutted it out. Broke his wrist in the last game in the first quarter. Again, didn't tell anybody, played through it. And what I was most proud of was the way he really emerged into a leader this year. On the field, in the locker room, he matured a lot. And he impressively stepped up his game in the classroom as well. He popped an SAT score late in the year in November, which opened up a lot of other options for him, and had a tough decision, but went to Lehigh, thought it was giving him everything that he was looking for, and talking to him every day, as Bartek's not patient, he wants to go in there right away and make an impact, and hopefully get on the field for him next year and do some great things. So congratulations, Bartek Ripka, Lehigh University. Guys, I want to personally thank you guys for a great career and everything you guys gave to this program, and I hope all the younger players in attendance today are looking at you guys and understanding the path that it takes to get up here. It's not easy. It's a tremendous amount of commitment, and we're all proud of you guys. For the rest of the seniors in the room, you're going to have your day. We're back here in 6 weeks, okay? We look forward to getting a bunch more guys up here. Don't stress it. This is brand new, so there's only a small percentage of players that signed today. One of the reporters told me it's in the single digits, the amount of players in between Bergen and Passaic counties, really, that have signed today, so it's not a big deal. Your day will come. And I want to thank everybody for coming out today and supporting us.